So now I can happily say good afternoon, everyone. My name is Patrik, and probably for the competition, if it would be about the longest presentation, it would be us, but I hope that I will be as swift as possible and as insightful as possible. So before it begins, I will just state that we are so happy to be a part of this project, and we hope that we will learn as much as possible from all of you. And also I would like to state that we hope that you take as much insights as possible from the project, which is the Creative Center Trnava FMK UCM. If you are confused what the letters FMK UCM are, it is the Faculty of Mass Media Communication, University of Saint Cyril and Methodius in Trnava. And I also have to welcome the stakeholder, Mrs. Minarikova, who is present here. So in case of questions, she is present here and you can talk to her about the specifics of the project if you would not be happy with the presentation that I will give you. So let's begin with the video. Yeah. So at least the Creative Center will stay a mystery for you before we get into it. But I have to say that I represent here the Trnava Region and also the Region Development Agency, because I'm an employee of both. And we also have the representative of the university here, which is basically the stakeholder which founded the initiative that you could see. Some of you remember, some of you not. Trnava Region is located in Slovakia. That's the first important point. And what it takes to the challenges that we face, first of all, we've got a huge skill gap. We are not ready for the transformation in the region, and we do not have, despite the fact that we also have a great technical university and also two other good universities, we are not ready for the transformation in the job market, and we have to a little settle up what we offer for the students so that they are ready for the job market. What is connected with it is that the private investments are not coming in the way that we would like it to be into the research and development aspect. So when we see, for example, best practices like you had yesterday, we are so surprised because that is not something that is working in our region, and we would like to create it. Also, one of the challenges that we face is creation of the good living environment, because this is so important for the young people, but this is not something that is the focus of this project, maybe only partially. I will skip this one because of the time, but if you think about the problems that we face, you could see that this could clearly cause talent drain, and we don't want young people to leave Trnava. You know, the capital city of Slovakia, Bratislava, is located only 50 kilometers from the capital of our region, Trnava. So young people are coming to Bratislava. They've got better wages, probably also more opportunities for travels, etc. So it is very hard for us. Second of all, then we stagnate economically, as we are facing a hard time with transformation with regards to the economy. And then the last point is that the innovation potential is missed, because the young people, university graduates, are most of the time the ones that drive the innovation. So here, the University of Saint Cyril and Methodius and the Faculty of Mass Media Communication saw the opportunity to create a hub, to create a space where these young people could come and they could innovate with each other and try to study about the fields that they are interested in. What it takes to the Faculty of Mass Media, imagine fields like marketing, mass media, journalism. And this was basically the idea why not only the Creative Park of the UCM FMK was created, but also the whole scientific park of the University of Saint Cyril and Methodius, which gathers the students and gives them the opportunity to help them have the job practice before they come into the job market as such. Importantly, let's imagine only in the Faculty of Mass Media Communication. Every year there are 350 graduates. How do you give these people the job opportunities, and how do you give them the practice so that they are ready for the job market? This is a place where they could try. They can try how to be a radio host. They can try how to be a host of, for example, news, because there is also the TV located in the Creative Park. And also they can try and create the newspaper of the faculty. But these are just the examples, and the space which was created for them with the great help of not only the university funding, but also of the funding of ministry, but we will talk about this, is a space where they can develop these skills. What you can see in the picture is one of the halls in the Creative Center, so this gives you an image. I'm really sad that the video didn't work, but maybe we will work it out so that you could grasp maybe the image of how the Creative Park looks. And now I would like to talk about a little the objectives, because if you can imagine, the students come there, it is free for them. They can come there, have a good time, I don't know, record a podcast, do a broadcast about the things that they like. Importantly, this does not only give them the opportunity to have the skills to enter the job market, but it also gives them the opportunity to be creative and try to be innovative on themselves. When they are given full freedom, they can come up with the ideas that are important for driving the economy forward. And this is the reason why we love this idea, and we present it as a best practice for you. Here you can see one of the workshops that is happening at the Creative Center, because you do not have to imagine it only as a conventional part of the university curricula, but imagine it as something that can be an addition for the students. So they come there, they have a workshop, for example, they would be interested in graphic design or branding, and they can come there and meet with the professionals from the industry. It is important that some of the professionals in the industry that come there to give the mentoring sessions or the workshops are the graduates of the very university. So this is the way of basically retaining the talent in the region. When it takes to the implementation, it was not that easy, because you weren't in Trnava, so it's not easy to say, but it is completely, let's say, a building complex which is located at the outskirts of Trnava, and there the facilities had to be created. So large investments into the studios had to be made, into gaming hubs and into the co-working spaces that the students can use. Secondly, there needed to be the program created, and all of you know that sometimes when you create these learning experience, it is not easy, not even for the people who are 18 to 30, let's say, as youth, because it is not easy to adapt to the needs that they still face. And you know that the cycles of the generations are getting shorter and shorter and shorter, so the young people and trying to predict how they would act is never that easy. Here you can see one of the hosts of the radio ether, which is basically the radio of the Faculty of Mass Media, and I have to say that they have also own frequencies, so the radio is working, and they are also ordinary people from the region can listen to the radio, so it is not some kind of a game, but it is a real radio. So who are the main stakeholders? Importantly, not only the university funded the creation, but mainly the Faculty of Mass Media Communication helped with it. And what it takes to the role of region and the development agency, we try to cooperate with some of the programs and workshops that are being created, and a little bit of funding too. What it takes to the time frame, and why we do not have that much data about the success or it not being that successful. The reason is that it is working fully from only this year, 2024. But before, the idea and the statute was created in 2020, and the Creative Center, the Creative Park, started working in 2023. In a virtual phase. If you are asking what a virtual phase means, it is that some of the workshops that were happening were held online. So after they were held online, we started facilitating the beautiful spaces that are available, and students are coming there. Here you can see the older spaces which were previously used only for studying, because the buildings were basically used by the university, but they were, during the transformation of the space of the Creative Park, made to look this wonderful. Okay, so what it takes to the resources, because this is a part that we should have had a look into according to the template that we were given. Here you can see that not only the university funded it, but also the Faculty of Mass Media used a grant which was created by the Ministry of Culture for the aggregation of creative industry in the regions. So this is basically funded not only by the investments of the university, but also by the ministry. And importantly, the Creative Center, the Creative Park as such, is trying to find new funding through starting to get some money from the students who are coming, but this is something that is only a work in progress. and also through private funding, let's call it this way, because the facilities which are present are not open to the public, but probably there could be some subjects which could be interested in coming there and using, for example, the podcast studios and also the new studios, etc. Here you can see also the co-working spaces, which is basically a foyer where the students can meet and use it for their work. Here we would like to state that the statute was the first one that established that there should be a cooperation in creation the creative ecosystem in the region, but this is something that is driven by the university mainly. What it takes to the impact and the numbers, we have to state that there were 500 successful participants in the programs during this year, 2024, but also we are gathering feedback still. And we can see that 60 people were able to get employment in the enterprises which are connected through the mentoring programs, etc. So they are coming to the Creative Park and they are doing the session. But it is not only about doing the sessions, but it is for them a kind of headhunting. When they see someone who is good in their job, in their profession, that they are a good graphic designer or host, they are trying to connect with them. And importantly, the retention rate, which we can get from the feedback forms, is around 30%, which means that 30% of the participants in these programs are willing to stay in the Trnava region. So it is important for the talent retention. Here you can see pictures from the University Sport League, because it is not only a creative hub, but also a gaming hub. And I have to say that one of the specialized gaming hubs created by Red Bull, which are only 3 in the world, one of these is located in the Creative Park UCM FMK. But for example, the other is, I think, in Canada. Yes, in Canada, but I don't know the third one, so I cannot say. But you may ask Mrs. Minarikova about this. So, what it takes to the qualitative incomes, we can see skills development in the region, which is getting much better. Knowledge exchange and mentorship, because you know that mentorship relationships does not only create the skills exchange, but also the job opportunities for the people who come and stay. And also community building and networking. You see, only in 1 year or 10 months, we had 500 participants. It's the question where we can get one day. So we are really looking forward to it and utilizing the potential. Another video, I'm so sorry for it not working, but okay. Importantly here, I would like to state that whether we had some good practices, yes, students are also establishing their own projects. For example, Friday, which is the Fridays with virtual reality, or Mondays with artificial intelligence, or elevator projects like elevator to the gaming community. So the students are utilizing their interests in making their own projects. And here I would like to state as something more specific what is happening is that the Creative Park is cooperating with Cultural Center Small Berlin, or Little Berlin it's called, sorry. Or for example, also some of the televisions on the national level, or also the local Trnavské radio or Trnava Radio, and they're basically cooperating with these subjects which are present in the region, and they are giving us skills, and we are giving them the people that they can employ. And these people who are studying in Trnava region, let me remind you, there is almost 15,000 students in Trnava. So if these university students decide to stay in Trnava, it is something that we are very happy for, because as was previously said, human capital is the most important. Of course, here I would like to also state that this is great for branding, and this university is getting more and more popular, also for the high school students that are deciding whether they would come to Trnava or not. Because you see, you've got the university which has got great success in the job market, so they come there because they know that they would get a job. Importantly, there were also challenges, because this sounded really nice, and the main challenge, of course, is always funding. So as I already said, the questions about sustainability arose, and it is trying to be solved by having the programs connected with certain fee or payments, which could gather the money, and also some kind of possibility is the earmarked grants or subsidies, which are basically bound with a purpose. And I think that we will try to work this out and supply also as a region and the regional agency the Creative Park for the opportunities for the projects, and maybe we will learn something here too. Here you can see the gaming hub, Red Bull, which is located in the Creative Park. And not only the sufficient funding is a problem, but also building a strong community and attracting talent, because sometimes the people that choose the university are not the right ones that you want, but this is, I think, a problem which is common all around Europe, and this could be solved during the studies themselves. And one specialized thing is adapting to changing technological landscape. You know, the digital transformation, it is very hard to keep up with it, but you know, with the programs and setting it up, it is not always easy to go with the trend, because you try to set up a strategy, and with, for example, artificial intelligence, if you set up a strategy last year, it is outdated already this year, so it is not that easy to set this up, but we are trying to work on this. Importantly, what is the greatest examples of the best practice are first the power of community that is being built, the importance of flexibility and trying to adapt to different workshops and create the programs that are interesting for the students, and last, the value of mentorship, because these people that are committed to the basically the Creative Park and the programs, they also have the tendency to stay and pull the people back to the region so they can stay and develop our beautiful Trnava. So the recommendations for you and the insights, I will not go through all of these, but maybe it is important to have the leadership and the vision, because without it, nothing would be possible. Sometimes also the choices that are made have to be not autocratically, but you have to make a decision, even if it does not favor all of the interested parts. And you also have to build a robust infrastructure, because sometimes the students and the impact that you want to have on the students is only possible if you've got the facilities. So you've got the finances, try to invest it in the talent, because it will come back 100,000 times. And lastly, and it is also connected with the adaptation that we are now facing, you still continuously have to evaluate what you are doing and try to get the feedback so that you know if you are heading the right way. So this was the presentation for us. Thank you very much, and I hope that we will try to find a way how to cooperate in the future. Thank you.